All right, everybody, we're at the teardown install rebuild shop tonight, and we're going to be replacing some sway bar bushings. The sway bar bushings in the sway bar up here and over here. I'm going to replace the links while we're in here because you pretty much got to pull those anyway. They're all shot. This is on a 96 F350 service truck that's had some miles on her. We're also doing a product release. We just started remaking the brackets that actually go on the clamps basically over the bushings. And we're going to show you those here in a second before we tear this thing down. And then we're going to get right into getting this thing some new sway action going on. So we're going to take a look at those parts. Okay, so here are our new recreated Ford sway bar clamps. And these fit these straight axles, F350s. They do not fit anything else because of this oddball on the driver's side. I think that's why nobody remakes these things. They can't make it universal. So anyhow, Dana's 60 solid axle, I mean, technically they really didn't start till 86, so we'll go 86 through 97. And these brackets will replace all your rusted out stuff under there. They look good because they're nice and clean. And we also have the bushings, which they're kind of an oddity in and of themselves because these are two different sizes also. So got to watch that when you're putting this stuff together. But aside from that, we're going to go ahead and get this truck torn apart and get these things put on. And we'll show a little bit while we're doing that and go from there. Out, we have our new parts laid out. We have the correct bushings going in the correct directions here. So short one, driver's side, oddball bracket, driver's side, normal looking bracket, passenger side, normal looking bushing, passenger side. One thing that's kind of neat is that over time, when the little crevice in the bushing sits, you can actually get enough dirt in there with everything moving around, it will start wearing on the sway bar. Unfortunately, there aren't new sway bars for these at this point, so you kind of got to use what you can get. We'll probably polish that down and then put her back together. One thing we like to do, I use red tacky grease on bushings. Some people use like white lithium. My little Irish friend's really good about that. Some people use Vaseline. Pretty much just no matter what, you don't want dry bushes. No dry bushes. All right, let's put this together. Okay. We've got our new sway bar links with bushings installed. We've got our new bracketry with new sway bar bushings. One thing about doing this stuff, you want to leave it loose. When you put it all together and it's hanging in the air, the track bar will actually drag the axle to one side a little bit, and it makes the sway bar offset. So we actually set these down on the ground and tighten everything up. No point in showing you guys that because I'll be laying on my back on the ground. But basically at this point, you just retighten everything. Don't ever tighten the bushings and the sway bar links. The C's, they actually can't really be over tightened. They basically bottom out. If you're going further than bottoming out, I don't really know how you're doing that because they just can't do it. So we're going to set this down and get that project done and pretty much wrap this up. So if you need any of the parts, guysoffroaddesign.com, and we will see you later. All right, so earlier in this video, we said we were working on a service truck, and we are. But this is actually kind of a unique rig because this is an ex-Union Pacific high rail or Highliner truck that ran rail tracks and did service work. So there's not a whole lot of them out there. It's kind of a rare thing. We're pretty excited to have it just to kind of play around with its quirks. There's things they did that weren't normal on these trucks, weird motor combinations, extra stuff under the hood that wasn't standard. Strange things, but it's neat. The box is cool. Somebody's taking a lot of the stripping off, but we're going to try and get some more of that. I think the coolest feature about this truck, really, the Redaway box is neat. Or Reading box, reading. Might be a reading box. The crane, like this is a legitimate crane we're getting back to running. I'm rebuilding the board that goes in here right now, and this should be a fully functioning work truck. And I think this bed was from 1994, and all of the seals are still good. That's how hard it is to get open. All the latches are good. Still got the factory crane stuff in here where it tells you how not to mess the crane up and everything like that. Get that open a little bit. Anyhow, it's just a super cool old truck, and I know there's not a lot of them out there, so we're hoping to get it on the road again.